Hi guys, it's Karen with InspiredByGram.com. I'm back with my first craft fair video for 2020. Can you believe it? It's 2020. Crazy, isn't it? So I want to show you this holder that I've created for these notebooks here that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. Now, this one in particular I've had for probably a year and a half. I just haven't been able to make anything with them until now. So I wanted to use these up, get them ready for my next craft fair, which will be in March of 2020. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to show you how to create the holder and how this all coordinates nicely. But I'm going to show you how to create and design this without stamping. So super cool about that. So let's get started here. These are, again, the notebooks that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. I just purchased a bunch of these last week. They come in these colors here that I wasn't really liking too much, but it is what it is with the Dollar Tree. You got to get what they have, and they're not always what you want, but these will definitely work. The holder's reusable, so I'm keeping the cover on these. I'll show you a little bit later my dilemma with this notebook because I didn't really know what to do with it, and maybe you guys can comment down below. Let me just show you actually. So I made the cover here, and then I didn't want this cover here on it. So what I did was I ripped it off. And when I ripped it off, it doesn't look very professional. And I could not get this because of this glue here adhered down. I didn't want to rip out the pages because then that's deceiving on the number and quantity of pages in your notebook. So I kept it on just because it didn't look finished. It just looks ugly if you ask me. But let me know what you think, because this is what the finished product's going to look like. And I figured, you know what, keeping this cover on, people will know what notebook that will fit into this holder here. So I've got the slider here, and this just slides up and down. So that's my go-to on those notebooks here. So let me show you how we're going to create this without any stamping. We are going to use the Come Sail Away Memories and More card packs. Now, my craft fairs from 2019, a lot of people had said, hey, Karen, can you create some masculine projects? Because I really want to get something for my husband. So I thought these would work. You can order these from the annual catalog, Stampin' Up catalog. There's 3x4 cards here, and then there's 4x6 cards. And I'm sure a lot of you have worked with Memories and More card packs. They go horizontally and portrait mode, and there's some laser cuts in here as well. So what I found the simplest thing to do would be to use these stickers, these amazing stickers here, which have some really nice sentiments on them, and the 3x4s. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the ones that I have put together. So let's set these aside, and we'll work on the holder. All right, so let's bring in my trimmer, because we're going to do this from start to finish, so you guys can see me cutting the cardstock. So it can get a little bit tricky. So I thought I would just show you the trimmer that I'm going to be using. This is the new Stampin' Up Trimmer. We'll need to extend the arm here. This is an 8.5 by 11 piece of Night of Navy cardstock. We are going to cut this piece at 6 1/4, and on this trimmer here, there's a little mark here. That's the quarter mark. You can't really see it, but it's in the middle, and there's some little notches there. So we're just going to cut this. Save this because you're going to need it for your slider. We are going to rotate this one, and we are going to measure, and I'm not sure if I'm on camera or not, but 9 3/4. And we're just going to simply trim this piece off. You can use this for something else. I'm sure you can think of something to use it for. We're going to get the blade out of the way, and we're going to be working with the scoring tool. And let me just move this out before those go flying off my cabinet. So anyway, this is scored. I'll get my notes here. Okay, scored at 4 1/8. Okay, we're going to use a scoring blade. and then it's scored at 4 5/8, and then 5 1/8. Okay, and that's about a 1/2 inch in between here. So you got 3 score lines here. So again, those are 4 1/8, 4 5/8, and 5 1/8, all eighths. So I'll have that on my blog as well, so the dimensions. All right, so let's come back to this strip here. We are going to cut this down to 9 1/2 inches, or thereabouts, doesn't matter. The reason why I'm cutting it down is because I don't like the bulk. So I'm just cutting it down. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I'm just going to cut it down. Plus, I can use these 2 pieces I cut off on some other project. Okay, so we are done with the trimmer. Set that aside. And let's work on the holder here. So again, we're going to just fold over on the score lines here. There's 3 of them. Give them a nice burnish with your bone folder. And then there's just 1 more here. Okay, up and down is just fine. Now we're going to fold it on the middle score line, okay? And then flip it over so you can see the shorter side is on the top. We're going to take our paper snips, and I'm going to snip down about 1/4 or 1 1/4 inches down below, and then another one about 1/2 inch down, okay? So again, about 1 1/4, and then skip about 1/2 inch, and then another trim right up to that score line. All right, so now we're going to open this up. We are going to put tear and tape on the right score line here that has the notch of where the pen holder is going to be. So I've got this Stampin' Up tear and tape, and I'm just going to run some right along in the middle there, and then just tear it off. And then I'm going to run another little piece up here and tear it off. I'm going to take my bone folder and just give it a nice burnish, because it'll be easier for you to remove the back adhesive, or the strip here, okay? All right, so I'm going to throw those away. Now this is very, very important. This is where you could get a little stuck. So if you don't fold this correctly, your base is not going to be good for you. So, all right, so now you're going to fold along on the furthest score line on the right side, so all the way over, okay? And now we're going to give it a nice press. You can, again, use your bone folder if that helps you out. Now we're going to fold it the other way to the left, and then we're going to push out using our finger this little notch here. And again, this is going to be for the pen. It's going to hold the pen in place. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let's get it closer to the camera here. Here's your notch here that's going to hold the pen, and it opens up and looks just like this. Okay, so now let's work on the front. Actually, let's work on this strip here. Let's bring in one of these notebooks here. We're going to flip it over so we see the back side. And I found also with these little notebooks, sometimes there's a little bit of glue too far down, so it's not a flush against that back side. So you'll just have to work with what you've got. Again, I'm going to fold this over. Use your bone folder. It's going to be your best friend for this project, because you want really nice score lines. Okay, so you've got that looking pretty good. Again, we're going to take our tear and tape, and I'm just going to tear off a small piece here, line it up on the edge, and another piece, and we're going to do it on this side. Now let's burnish this, because will help us take off that backing. Just use your fingernail. If your fingernail doesn't work or you don't have any, just use like a piercing tool to remove it. All right, so now just give it another good burnish. And again, we're going to take our tear and tape. We're going to run it along the top and the bottom. You could use your liquid Tombow glue, but I found with these notebooks, you're probably going to want some really, really strong adhesive. So that's why I'm choosing to use tear and tape. Again, burnish those, and we'll remove the backing. Throw it away. Okay, so let's bring in our holder again. Now this one you'll have to go slow as well, because your little slider piece, it just extends just a little bit beyond the back side there. All right, so we're going to open this up, slide it all the way to the left until you can't go any further. Now you're looking around each, the bottom, the right, and the top, about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, somewhere in between, border. Okay, flip it over, keeping it in place, give it a nice rub, but then I'm going to use my bone folder to just give it another good burnish. Okay, so let me flip this over so you can see the border. So there, it's about 1/4 of an inch on all 3 sides, top, right, and bottom. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost done, actually. All right, so now we're going to work on the front. So again, I'm using the Memories More card pack from the Come Sail Away suite, along with the Designer Series paper in that suite. So I'm just going to take my ATG gun because it's on my desk, close by. It's strong adhesive. I like to use it on a lot of my craft fair projects, especially anything that's going to be reusable. You don't want it coming apart. So you want to definitely make sure everything is really, really secure. This piece, I didn't tell you what size this is, but this is 3 7/8 by 6. So you can get 2, 4, 6 pieces out of the 12 by 12 Come Sail Away Designer Series paper, times, you know, how many are in that package. So everything coordinates really nicely with the Memory More and the Designer Series paper as well. Okay, so let me just burnish this over. All right, and then this simply gets put on. This is 3 by 4, and this piece, this is Night of Navy. It's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm just gonna run my adhesive on all 4 sides and a little bit in the middle. And we're just going to put this down, 1/4 of an inch border, super simple. Flip it over and run our adhesive on the back side of the panel, your focal point, and just a little bit in the middle. We'll flip it over and we're going to put it right on top. I love how this coordinates with the Designer Series paper on the back side. Looks really nice, very masculine project here. And I'm just kind of centering left to right, top and bottom. Now, if you wanted to jazz this up a little bit, you could put Wink of Stella on here, and I'm going to do that right now. So this is kind of marked. The reason why this is marked is because I ran out of the Wink of Stella. It was empty, but if you don't know, you can take this barrel apart and add some rubbing alcohol, 70%, and shake it up, and you've got Wink of Stella again, because there's so much glitter inside. The Wink of Stella that it's gonna last you a long time. So I'm just simply kind of like coloring in the lighthouse, and it just gives this Wink of Stella, gives it a nice little nice glittery effect. And I'm going to put some down here on the sand as well. I went outside the lines there a little bit, but that's okay. So let me just show you if you can see the glitter there. I'm just going to give it a second to dry. Let me show you the stickers that come with the card pack here, and also the Designer Series paper. Let me show you that. You can take a look at all the different patterns in the Come Sail Away Designer Series paper. Also, these are the stickers. So what I'm looking for is a sentiment that's going to work, and I really like "Here's to making every moment count." That one will go really nicely. So all I'm going to do is peel this off, and I'm going to stick it over. Guess where I'm going to stick it? I'm going to stick it right over where I kind of went outside the lines there. No one will ever know. And I'm just kind of trying to get this centered the best I can, and just give it a nice press. So that's your Stampin'. Or actually, it's not Stampin', but it serves the purpose. You've got a little message on there. And now the pen I used, let me just show you these. You're not going to believe the price I got these for. They were not $4.50. I bought these at Big Lots probably about maybe almost a year ago for 75 cents. No joke. 16 pens for 75 cents. So that's such a super bargain. And with this project, you're going to want a bigger barrel pen because this pen holder is much larger than my normal holders that I've made. You've probably seen some of my other videos with like the 3x3 post-it notes or some other notebooks. Has a smaller barrel holder. So these pens are bigger and they just slide in there real nice and hold. And they're a nice size too. It kind of pretty much fills up that whole side there. So that's the project here. Let me show you on the back side is the only stamping I'm going to do for this project. And I've got a new personalized stamp, which I will link their shop in the description box or on my blog. Hopefully I won't forget to do that for you, but it's got my Inspired by Graham, Karen McNall, inspiredbygraham.com on it. And since I'm selling these at craft fairs, I'm going to put the Stampin' Right copyright logo on there to abide by the angel policy. And so let me bring in the ones that I've actually made ahead of time for you. I've made a few, probably 6 or so. One with stamping, and also got 2 here that I've packaged up for you as well. So this is the one we made today. And this is the one I made just with a different version of the white. I used Whisper White on the back panel here. Same card. You get 2 cards in the Memories of More with the same design. Here's one using Mossy Meadow with a green pen. It looks really nice with the little, this is a card. This is actually a 4x6 card that I cut in half. So 4x6s, you can get 2 cards out of. Here's another one. This is black. This one's really, really pretty. I actually really like this one. I just left this card blank because it's got a nice little map here, our story, and people can write about their story, I guess, with a nice little black pen. Life is better when we are together. Another nice one. And then this one is kind of cool too. It's got a lighthouse here. And I just added a nice little sticker down here with some nice designer series paper. All coordinates really nicely. Now, I packaged 2 for you, so let me just bring those in, and hopefully it's not like really crazy and glary, but this one I used Wink of Stella on the mask here. Just gives a nice little glitter effect. And I used the sticker down here, The Perfect Day. So what isn't perfect than sailing, right? And on the back side, these bags I got from, I think, I got them from Amazon. I'll give you the link. On the back side, I've got an Avery label that I've created with my name, my website, my email, and special orders available because at craft fairs, some people ask me to make special orders or they want special orders. So I always have that information on my packaging. So that's my project for today. And hopefully I didn't forget anything. If you do have any questions, please put something in the comment section. You can also email me at inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. I will answer your emails. And if you want to head over to my blog, it's inspiredbygraham.com. Thanks for watching.